Welcome to Bharat Marg, everybody. Thanks for joining, and thank you, Vinay Ji, for joining Bharat Marg again. Appreciate it. Today we are going to discuss about fiery Vivek Ramaswamy, friends. Fiery. And Trump and Elon Musk go crazy. Okay, let's talk to Vinay Ji and what he said and what Elon Musk said about it. Okay, it's absolutely mind blowing and what it means. So he's the next generation of the leadership on the line for USA. Okay, and let's discuss about it. But before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video with as many people as we can, and also press the notification bell and subscribe to Bharat Mar channel if you didn't already, and press the notification bell so that whenever we go live, you get informed, friends. And we are also doing teaching of Sanskrit, and we are going to start teaching Vedic mathematics, friends. Okay, a lot of good things are happening with Bharat Mark. Stay connected with us, and for that you can also connect with us through our WhatsApp to get this information first, and also get our one dharmic message every day. Okay, so in the language of your choice, so that you and your family can be connected to the roots of Sanatan Dharma. Okay, but friends, you can support us by two important ways: by sharing this video and also giving us some donation. Okay, and you can go to bharatmark.com/donate now, and you can do the donation, as well as you can contact us in WhatsApp in the number, and we can guide you for the same. Okay, Vinay Ji, thank you for joining.
Thank you, Ji.
I just want to play quickly the video before we get started also on what Elon Musk said, okay, about it. Okay, let's see this video. It's Elon Musk. It was a fiery speech. There is no question about it. Okay, and Elon Musk says, "Well said," and he is fired up about it. Okay, let's hear the speech.
Because you know what? Fear has been infectious in this country, but courage can be contagious too. That too is what it means to be an American. And you know what? If you're at home and you disagree with everything I just said, our message to you is this: we will still defend to the death your right to say it, because that is who we are as Americans. We are the country where we can disagree like hell and still get together at the dinner table at the end of it. That is the America I know. That is the America we miss. We do not have to be ancient Rome. We don't have to be this nation in decline. We can still be a nation in our ascent, a nation whose best days, not in some fake politician way, but in a true way, a nation whose best days are actually still ahead of us, still on our way to that shining city on a hill, that country where no matter who you are, or where your parents came from, or what your skin color is, or how long your last name is, that you will still get ahead in this country with your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication, and that you know what? You are free to speak your mind at every step of the way. That is the American dream. That is what won us the American Revolution. That is what reunited us after the Civil War. That is what won us 2 world wars and the Cold War. That is what still gives hope to the free world. And if we can revive that dream over group identity and victimhood and grievance, then nobody in the world, not a nation, not a corporation, not a virus, not China, is going to defeat us. That is what American exceptionalism is all about. And that is what we will revive this November when we send Donald J. Trump back to the White House.
You know, it was an amazing speech, and he was talking about virus. No virus or China can defeat us. What does it mean? Okay, so that's one thing. And when he was talking about vote for Trump, you just heard that another piece in the speech closing. Vote for Trump. The people are going nutcase on it. Okay, the RNC, this is considered as the best speech in RNC. Okay, and now platform is yours, Vinay Ji, what it means.
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing speech. I watched it live actually. When the RNC was on, and the funny thing is, like you said, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, and SpaceX, was kind of very very outcoming with his comments, and he praised the Indian origin Vivek Ramaswamy for his passionate speech at the Republic National Convention, the RNC, where he emphasized the American dream and encouraged people to overcome fear and express their opinion freely. Okay. Ramaswamy was, when he was addressing the GOP convention, highlighted
Yeah, he,
historical
he
triumph.
tweeted this video with a well said, as you can see here.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is, I mean, that's basically what he tweeted, and his speech was so flawless. Like he was, he hit the nail right on its head. That's basically all I can say. He's an excellent orator, Ramaswamy, and I was a little disappointed when he didn't get enough votes to kind of be a part of the presidential nomination for from the Republican side. But that's unfortunate. I think it's the America that I know of is, although it's extremely emancipated from the 1920s, 1930s, the America that we had seen, out in documentaries and movies and stuff like that, in books. Today's America is highly emancipated, and the people are a lot more, I should say, liberal, and extremely open and inclusive and all of that. But I think the core Americans are still a little hesitant about sending a colored person to the to the White House. I mean, it happened with Obama when he was sent to the White House, but he came from the Democrats, and the America is, the Americans are kind of divided into two groups, political groups, right? It's Democrats and it's the Republicans. So Democrats maybe are maybe liberal. I'm not sure, but they sent Obama to the White House, but the Republicans are still the hardcore Americans, and I think it's still going to take a little bit of transformation for the Republicans in America to kind of move to this to move to the inclusive nature of society, and send a colored person to the White House. But however, I think the fact that Vivek Ramaswamy was in the race, that itself is a huge accomplishment, from the from the inclusive side, or and also the fact that he actually was, I think, one of the front runners in the race. That's a big
And
accomplishment.
also, Vinay, and also one thing is important, that he had the support of white, black, Spanish, means all the spectrum. That's very
100%. Yes,
important.
he had that from a very diverse group of Americans, whether it was white, black, you're right, and Spanish, and of course Indians. So he did get that support, but unfortunately he did not reach the final goal. That's not the topic of discussion. It's the fact that he withdrew in a very graceful way, and then he supported Trump, and then he came to the RNC, and I see a huge career boost for Vivek Ramaswamy, based on what has happened so far. And even Trump, when I saw his expression at the RNC, when Vivek Ramaswamy was speaking, it speaks a lot. It speaks a lot about Vivek Ramaswamy, a highly respected guy, And just to give a very, very quick background on Vivek Ramaswamy, born in the United States on August 9th, 1985. He's an American entrepreneur. Okay, so Vivek Ramaswamy, went to Harvard University and went to Yale, and he holds a degree in law, and he also holds a Bachelor of Arts from Harvard University. So, extremely smart guy, extremely shrewd guy, and his talking about his background. His parents are Tamil speaking Brahmins from Kerala, and his father, V. Ganapati Ramaswamy, a graduate of the National Institute of Technology, Calicut, worked as an engineer and patent attorney for General Electric GE, while his mother, Geeta Ramaswamy, a graduate of the Mysore Medical College and Research Institute, worked as geriatric psychiatrist, and his parents immigrated from Palagat district in Kerala, where the family had an ancestral home in traditional Agraharam in the town of Kencheri. Okay, so this man, he's a legal immigrant, and this is what he talked about during the RNC, right? So his parents are legal immigrants, and they did not cross the border and come in as refugees or whatever that.
Jumping over the fence.
Exactly. So this is what the Republicans are preaching. It's because these people are coming in, the illegal immigrants coming into America, and also I'll tell you, a lot of people have gone to the United States to study, to do their masters or to do their bachelors or whatever. They come from different parts of the world because America is the final, the ultimate dream for these a lot of these immigrants, right? But guess what they do? They kind of decide to stay back. They don't want to go back to their country, and whether they do it legally, illegally, it's like God knows, mostly illegally. And then the thing is, they also come in, and then they, through some connections, through some legal loopholes and stuff, they take on jobs in the US, and this is causing a huge stress on the Americans, the true Americans who are living in the United States, who are born, brought up in the United States, and who are legal immigrants to the United States. Because you know what? The jobs that are meant for these people are being taken away by these illegal people, and that's a huge burden on the American economy. And these guys are willing to stay in America for number of years to get that legal status, and they fight for it and whatever it is. And there are senators who support these kind of people. It's a small percentage, but still. And then the actual Americans, the America actually gives free will to these people to practice your right of speech and right of whatever expression. They kind of talk badly about America, and of this lady, the Somalian senator. She talked so badly of America, although America has given her a platform to live in the United States.
America had given her brother who married her.
Exactly, and this is the unfortunate part, and this is exactly what Republicans are preaching, right? And that is what is in their election mandate. So, and Vivek Ramaswamy is a strong supporter of this, and that's basically what everybody appreciated during the RNC.
Absolutely. And future is bright, like what you said, Vinay. I was talking to a lot of people. They are thinking that he will either have a huge role in Trump administration, or he'll become the senator in the place where BG Vance vacated. As
100%. I mean, like I have a feeling that Vivek Ramaswamy is going to become, he may not get the plush position of the U.S. Secretary of State because they may want a white American in that position, because that's a position. It's a foreign minister's, like it's equivalent to a foreign minister, right? So they want a true American, a white American, to represent the country, and then because he'll be traveling quite a bit, meeting with the heads of states of different countries and stuff like that. So they may not give him that position, but I'm pretty sure that he is going to get a very big responsible position in the Trump administration.
And he is a successful business owner. He knows how to take a small business into a huge success. So
Oh
that
yeah, absolutely.
he can
And
revolutionize.
yeah, Vivek Ramaswamy owns. He founded the Rovant Sciences, a pharmaceutical company, in 2014, and Rovant is he used to be a hedge fund manager actually before founding Rovant Sciences. So, and he's also co-founder of an investment firm called Strive Asset Management. So he's got a very strong background in business and management, very similar to Trump. And he's a self-made businessman.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how does these things will affect the American politics? You think Republicans are getting open? See, we have seen Republicans normally changing the last name like a fake thing, like what happening with the other community in India. Here, the Hindus were doing, like if you take Haley, Nikki Haley, she changed her name. Bobby Jindal, he has to convert, and otherwise they cannot move on in the political life now. But that is changing. You think so?
And that's what I was trying to tell you, right? Like, in our previous video, I was trying to say that in the 1920s, the America that we had seen to what it is today, in the 2024, America has changed quite a bit, and they're totally emancipated, and they're becoming an extremely inclusive society, and all that is happening. But it still still takes time for the total transition, total transformation, right? And people like Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley, and you said Bobby Jindal, and all these people are part and parcel of this whole transformation. And then Usha Vance, who was the wife of J.D. Vance, who was the vice president nominee from the Republican Party. So these are all people who will make a huge transformation, and I think America is headed that way. And the first thing that the first thing that we saw a few years ago was election of Obama, and that was the first black president of the United States. And then after that, we are seeing a lot of involvement from the Indian community in the U.S. politics. So I'm kind of very excited for what's happening in the U.S.
But let me ask you this. Putting this together, but you don't see too many of these Indian politicians in Liberal Party. Why do you think so? Democratic Party.
The reason for the
They call
Democrats,
Republican as racist, but that's where many of the Indians, Hindus are coming ahead.
yeah, the reason I'm not seeing that in the Democrats is, other than Kamala Harris and Obama, who actually got elected.
Yeah, but Kamala Harris promised she is not from India, right?
No.
Never.
That's what I'm just saying. Colored people. I'm just talking BIPOC, right? So the BIPOC people. First, we saw Obama getting elected, and then Kamala Harris getting elected as the vice president of the United States from the Democratic Party. But you're right. These people still kind of consider themselves black. Obama is a black person, and Kamala Harris is, she considers herself a black person, although she's half black and half Indian. The reason why,
she even laughs like at times like a black and talks like a black, and of course she laughs for no reasons many times. So
yeah, whatever. The end of the day, the reason why we're not seeing a lot of Indians going into the Democrat Party is because the party itself, although they say they're liberal and they're open and whatever, they're kind of mostly centrist. That's what they call themselves, right? And Republicans are kind of called right wing. But the thing is, end of the day, being a centrist doesn't mean that you're completely inclusive. What I'm seeing is yes,
you can be still lunatic.
Yeah, you're basically you are biased, and you are supporting only a certain segment of the society, and they are very, very kind of they swing either ways. Like, if there's if you remember, just a few years ago, there was a huge oppression against the black community by police. I mean, there was like police brutality and stuff like that. If you saw that, some black kids were killed by the cops and stuff like that, and Democrats made a big fuss about that. But the thing is, end of the day, right? This is what they do. They stand for whatever is in the news right now. So, and there's nothing, most of the Indian community people are very well established. Most of them have come in as legal immigrants to the United States, and they all are mostly professionals, and either working as engineers, doctors, lawyers, or whatever, right? And these are the people who are not, they're actually, although they're contributing to the American society in a very big way, they're not the oppressed people. You see what I mean? See, the oppressed people are the blacks, the Spanish, the Hispanics. I mean, and these are the people who they think would need attention, because these are the future voters for the Democrats. Okay, they create that. They are part of that vote bank. But Indians have come in legally. They're legal immigrants. They've become U.S. citizens, and now they already have a party that they want to be a part of. They, whether they're as a voter or as a party member. So some of them are affiliated with a certain party, mostly Republicans, or they are mostly Republican supporters, and that is why the Democrats are not too kind of going after the Indian community, and again, they're not helping the Indian community by this, and that's the reason a lot of Democrats, you don't see a lot of Indian
Yeah, and the
people in
Indian
the
community
Democrat.
is a heavy donor community for sure. They may not
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
a big voter base, but they are big donors for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me ask you one final question on this aspect. Okay, you see a lot of Hindu politicians across the world nowadays. What kind of impact it will have on the geopolitics, you think?
Well, the thing
I
is,
mean, I
end of the
mean, the
day,
leadership position, pretty much like
end of
president.
the day, you know what? I think the most important aspect. I mean, we saw Rishi Sunak, who was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom for more than a year. He was the Prime Minister, and he was of Indian Hindu background,
Yeah,
and he
Mauritius,
was a
Fiji, many places.
and he was openly practicing Hinduism, and in whether it was Diwali, whether it was any other Hindu function, going to temples and stuff like that, right? So that's a huge impact on the geopolitics, especially the fact that these people are strong believers in Hinduism, and it also sends a message, because there is a certain narrative that goes on in the media circles, especially when you talk about
And by the
Reuters,
vested interest, anti-Hinduism.
right? Reuters, New York Times, Washington Post, BBC. These are all media houses that actually spread a bad message about Hinduism, because the thing is, this is the and also the George Soros's group, right? The NGO group that he supports, they kind of create this narrative, and then of course the Rahul Gandhi and those guys who actually, Congress party, that funds some of these media houses, including Al Jazeera and those kind of media houses. So that has created a wrong narrative, and among many people across the globe, actually, and people kind of have now been thinking, okay, Muslims are radical. Some of the Muslims are radical. Some of the the terrorist attacks and stuff like that was inspired, initiated by the Muslim community, and stuff like that. But the narrative that is being spun around now is that Hindus are also like that. Hindus are extremely aggressive, and and also they kind of they could take to weapons and all that if it comes down to that,
Fake
and then
narrative
they
being
speak about RSS and all that stuff, right? So the fact that these are politicians who are in power or who are coming to power, like Vivek Ramaswamy and Usha Vance, and those kind of people, it kind of sends a different message, because these are all the top political leaders in some of these countries, right? And it kind of sends a message. Hey, listen, do I look at this media houses and take that narrative that Hindus are aggressive, violent, bad, and stuff like that, or should I look at these politicians who are actually extremely normal and who are of Hindu background, and they are saying,
they're
all we want
hardworking
is
and they work for the country or the company
hardworking.
they
All we
are in
want is
charge of.
peace and stuff like that. So that kind of is a great thing that's happening, and I think if the trend continues, all these false narratives that's going around, I think it will eventually disappear, vanish, and
Absolutely.
and
Vinay, last
yeah.
question to you. Last question to you. That is, but why don't you see so many Hindu politicians in the bigger positions in Canada yet? Because of the racism, because they are able to flame the Khalistanis, they are able to bring up the jihadis. Why not Hindus?
See, the thing is with the Liberal Party that has been in power for the last 3 terms in Canada, right? The and it's just that in the last few years, what has happened is the whole the Khalistani, the vote bank of the Punjabis, Sikhs, I should say, it's kind of gained a lot of momentum, and that is kind of has been perceived by the Liberal Party as a big vote bank. So that's why it's like, basically, do I support the Sikhs from Punjab, from India, with that background, and mostly the Khalistanis, or should I go with the Hindus, who are, from their assumption, actually, although the statistics are very, very clear, they still think that the Hindus are a minority or divided, and wow, who do I support? Because Sikhs come as a group together, right? They're very cohesive. Okay. However, the
Yeah,
Hindus
yeah,
are
either,
very,
yeah, like they copy the Abrahamic religion. So
whatever it is, and but the no, I won't agree on that, because the Sikhs are, the origin of Sikhism is from Hinduism. They're
no, but
not,
the
no connection
middleman
with
today
Abrahamic.
is copying the uh, Abrahamic religion, whether you
Well,
believe
they
it or
make copy because they kind of deny the fact that, in Guru Granth Sahib, there's been a mention of Hanuman, Ganesh Ji, Lakshmi, Shiva, and so
and
many
and
Hindu gods, but
and
they
my
deny
my
that.
question
That's
has
the
been
fact.
always why Guru Tej Bahadur kept his son's name as Govind, not as Kans. Okay.
Exactly, and a lot of their names is from, Hari. Hari is a very, it's a
Yeah, anyway, we
it's
will
another
go there.
name for
But
Vishnu, right?
but now, do you think there is a possibility of the Hindu leadership emerging to the top in Canada too, or you
I
think it will
I
take?
think that's what I was just kind of trying to say, that so through the liberal parties, it's not going to happen. I'm just banking upon the conservatives, and hopefully, I'm seeing, in many of the ridings for the next elections coming up in 2025, a lot of Hindu candidates are being considered as nominees. But once the list gets finalized, and if they do get the nomination, that'll be a great,
Absolutely,
step forward.
absolutely. One more time here for the people. Okay, here is Vivek Ramaswamy, friends. What do you think? Let us know.
Because
He
you know
rocked
what?
the place.
Fear has been infectious in this country, but courage can be contagious too. That too is what it means to be an American. And you know what? If you're at home and you disagree with everything I just said, our message to you is this. We will still defend to the death your right to say it, because that is who we are as Americans. We are the country where we can disagree like hell and still get together at the dinner table at the end of it. That is the America I know. That is the America we miss. We do not have to be ancient Rome. We don't have to be this nation in decline.
He just
we
brought
still
down
be
the
a
roof for
nation
sure.
in our
Okay.
ascent.
In fact, his final portion was the this thing, this is what Elon shared, which I wanted to share here, but he was saying, the one we said, vote for Trump. That was amazing finishing for his whole talk, and the people were on the knees. Okay, they were just going
Absolutely,
crazy
yeah.
in the party. But
And he,
thank you, Vinay
he's
Ji.
young and energetic. He's still 38 years old, so he's got a long ways to go.
Absolutely. See, Belmont Star says Vivek Ramaswamy has the correct approach to United States. Okay, and a very correct analysis, he says. Okay, credit to you, Vinay Ji. You are always the best. There is no question about it. Dinesh Kumar says Ram Ram to you. But anyway, seeing you again. Okay, in the next video. Till then, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, friends. Do comment on the video, share the video with as many people, friends. Hindu power play is happening in the Western world. There is no question about it. What do you think about it? Comment and let us know, and share the video. And looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram.
Thank you. Appreciate it.